You know, I usually have like a pretty good plan about what's going to go on. But man, when you have a hard practice and then you train, and then the second day after practice, you're like 5 times more sore than you're supposed to be, it throws a wrench in things. So we're going to do something a little different today. You know, it's like maybe let's do some heavy singles today, and we'll do, well, I say heavy, you know, we'll do some heavy singles. And it probably won't be a 1 rep max, but it'll be something decent. Other than that, it might be a normal day. We might do some heavy grip training today, actually. We'll see. But anyway, what's popping, YouTube? So we're back doing some training, obviously. I love training. It's my favorite thing to do. Well, yeah, it's probably my favorite thing to do. Hope everybody's having a good day. Today, it's going to be a similar training day to yesterday, except obviously we're going to be doing a little bit of heavy lifting, that kind of thing. Doing some singles instead of volume. We're going to see how this tendon does. My left actually feels completely fine, so we might push the left a little harder today than the right. Which I think as long as your workouts are relatively similar, it's honestly okay. The thing about arm wrestling too is, you know, in most sports, right, weightlifting style sports like powerlifting and bodybuilding, you would normally always want to keep the sides equal, especially in bodybuilding because you want symmetry. But in powerlifting, you know, you wouldn't want one side to be stronger. But in arm wrestling, it's very common to have one arm that is significantly better than the other. And if you're going to compete, especially, you know, you want to like compete at a decent level, some workouts I think is, you know, probably okay to make sure that, you know, you do around the same. But if you're doing run rep maxes and you're doing heavy singles and you're doing heavy doubles or triples, and you think that one arm can probably get a set or two more, you probably should. Just let that other arm eat. You know, size-wise, if you're training both of them, you probably won't see a whole lot of size difference. You may see some. But you wouldn't want to gatekeep your good arm from progressing further. Because think of it this way, if your right arm could do 10 reps of a weight and your left could only do 5, and you keep that right arm at 5 reps, you know, you're only going to get so good with your good arm. Most people can't do both anyway at a super high level. So yeah, if you're training, you know, volume and stuff like that, you want to keep the workout routine similar, completely understand. But if you're going for heavy stuff, real good working sets, and you know, and your arm, dominant arm can do a lot more, just push it heavy, you know, because you're going to want that arm to be as performant as possible. All right, so the same 55 pounds that was on the stack yesterday when we were doing volume, we're going to be hitting that today to warm up with. I like to, normally whatever's on the weight stack is what I would stay on and warm up with, you know. I'm just lazy, to be honest, but if I'm working with like 70 pounds or whatever it is, usually, you know, I'll do like a rep and then maybe like a 2 or 3 rep set. You know, I'll warm up some, but I normally don't cut the weight back to do warm-ups unless I'm going super heavy and I don't really have a choice. But anyway, going for, I don't know, probably around 5 to 10, depends how I feel. It actually doesn't feel as bad actually in the set as it, you know, as I thought it was going to. God, that hurts though for some reason. It feels pretty good, honestly. It doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was. Just resting, I had a lot of fatigue in that tendon right in here. Left arm, though, it feels like money, to be honest. So we might actually get some half decent numbers today with it. We'll see. I don't really know what I'm shooting for or what I'd even be happy with. I have a chart that I keep everything wrote down on, so like any kind of PR would be good, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I may not even do a 1 rep max, probably won't, to be honest. So we got 60 on here now, and I'm not really sure rep ranges as I go up in weight. I'm just going to kind of do whatever feels good, and again, I'm not even sure how heavy I'm going to go today, so let's see. Got 65 pounds on there now. And normally speaking, I would take like 3 minutes in between sets. If it's like super heavy, or if it's towards the end of like a volume day, but it's towards the end of the workout, I might take 4 minutes or something like that. I don't really time it, it's just like an average. So. All right, we got 70 pounds, which is actually my normal training weight for when I'm doing my regular like heavy day working sets. Got 75 pounds on here now. What? Especially already fatigued, it's just getting heavy. And off a low pulley. Ooh. All right, so singles are done for today. I've got 60 pounds on. I'm gonna do one little volume set and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, I'm gonna wrap up this portion. I've also got some side pressure to do and then my normal daily rise and pronation sets and grip. So I'll probably video a little bit of that. But here we go, we got 60 pounds on.